Hey everyone, and I hope you all had an amazing weekend, but we have another VR recap to go over, covering, of course, the major stories, but also a lot of those glanced over, all summed up with just some honest opinions. We have Facebook Horizon privacy discussions, a VR documentary worth the price of admission, Neuralink thoughts, what's making me happy in VR, and much more. But first, congrats to Team Green here for winning the Cybershoes Onward tournament. It's well deserved and y'all slapped us around pretty hard. I hope to see more events like this and VR esports grow because this was just a lot of fun and it was very fun working with people that I've never played with, and the swag ain't bad either. Congrats again, Green Team. Also, I want to include a segment focusing on positivity, on what's making me happy right now in VR, and I want to do this for every video. And for today's episode, that is Medal of Honor VR. If you listen to those who had tried early demos of this or seen early footage, etc., well, I didn't hear much positives. Yet the new story trailer launched that may show that a delayed game is eventually good, but a rushed game is forever bad. This could not make me happier because for any other people who grew up playing the first Medal of Honor Frontline on the PS2, that D-Day level opening will forever be a mark on an amazing childhood experience that showed me the emotional attachments that can be made through gaming, and possibly reliving that scene in VR, it kind of gets me choked up. I never thought when I was a kid that I would be here right now. I'll leave this with the quote that I will always remember from the start of that game that for a 12-year-old at the time has stuck with me since. But I want to keep the positive vibes going even more before we talk about, because there are so many things to be thankful for, even with lurking in the background. I refuse to be jaded not to share this news with you. This is Alexander, an award-winning creative director of Human Interactive and the creator of the VR game Starship Commander. Now, Starship Commander will be launching around September 10th and was entirely designed for the primary input to be your voice. That's right, you're going to play this game with your voice. On a top secret mission, you must take your fighter on a mission where your voice controls literally everything you do. It's the exact type of experience that VR can bring to show its beautiful, beautiful abilities. More important to this conversation though, when Facebook is taking away all the positives VR can bring, with every purchase of Starship Commander, a free DLC is included, and this is a long-form documentary, 52 minutes long, called Passion at All Costs. This is a behind-the-scenes look at the early beginnings of a canceled precursor project called Crime Watch and the trials Human Interact had to go through to create this groundbreaking natural language processing system necessary for Starship Commander to exist. If you watched this video on my channel, you know how dear to me the outliers are. Those choosing to move VR forward with endless possibilities who are proud of their work, and monetizing it did not come first. I won't spoil a damn thing, but this documentary is worth the price of admission alone, showing that no one is really looking out for the creatives of VR, yet passion keeps them afloat, and by the end of this, I honestly feel better because VR is in the great hands of some developers. Wishlist this now, link will be in the video description. Just in, more new Oculus headset news to speculate on to no end, but on Walmart's online site there are now 2 new listings for a headset called the Oculus Point Reyes. It's pretty obvious it's an old picture, probably a stock image of the Oculus Go, but interesting enough, the prices and gigabytes match up with the Target leaks in my last video, which I also was provided a few more examples from other Target employees, and seems to be that way in their systems across the board. Very interestingly, this has a September 16th release listed, the exact same day as Facebook Connect 7. Speculate away, y'all. But let's talk, and I promise that's the last I throw that in there, but there are a couple things going around, the first being Facebook Horizon and news circulating about its privacy concerns. Or give any thoughts on the actual gameplay of Facebook Horizon here, I am still not in the beta, and will reserve my thoughts until I try it. Just because it's Facebook, just because the trailer is being compared to other games out there, it's not an indicator if this will be good or bad, and the proof will be in the gameplay and how Facebook evolves it. I choose to be optimistic, that's my opinion, at least for right now. But a safety video was released about Facebook Horizon and how they are trying to tackle social game problems, and some information was upfront provided that is scary for the future of privacy, but also they are not the first to do this. First, all the users will involuntarily, although knowing this now makes it voluntary if you choose to use it, but all will be recording each other continuously. The last few minutes of everything you say and do and see in Facebook Horizon will be recorded and stored on your headset, although anything reported will go to Facebook eventually to be deleted. Second, Facebook's community standards do apply to everything you say and do in Facebook Horizon. So while we can talk about anything we want, there are some topics that even covered legally, even under free speech, could lead to punitive actions against your account if you violate any of these Facebook community standards. Lastly, anyone can invite an invisible moderator to watch and monitor your conversations in real time, whether that is because someone reported you or signals are detected, and that user who is being monitored will not be notified they are being watched. Now, I'm not going to spend a bunch of time going over the pros and cons here. To me, it scares the crap out of me that anything I say could be taken out of context in a small window. Being in the background of, say, a poor social interaction that you're not even involved in, you could be recorded there. One thing to note, however, MMOs and a ton of other games, they have done similar things like this already, and I'll never deny the toxicity that is possible in a VR social environment, and I have no idea what steps need to be taken to help this, so I'm open to any solutions if I choose to use said platform. I do inherently think VR is much more personal and nuanced than, say, a traditional gaming MMO, and that's why this is so much more important to me. This is closer to video surveillance than it is monitoring. Where my thoughts lie and where I'm very conflicted and very much want to hear your opinions about this down in the comments is that Facebook is not just building a social VR platform. They're building a social hub that will define our actions and possibilities down the road, when virtual metaverses, to me, inevitably will be the main form of communication in the future. What Facebook is doing now and the rules set up for it will have immense power to sway how we communicate, how we interact, and how we function in online metaverse play, especially with other companies eventually jumping in. And I'm not sure if I want Facebook to be the driver of that conversation. Using Facebook is not bad. Again, vilifying those who do use it is absolutely not a good look, but these are the rules Facebook has set up. Choose accordingly what you are and are not okay with, but let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I also want to touch on the Neuralink demo because there is something the early adopters and VR zealots out there picture as being the future of VR, and I may not be that forward thinking. At the Friday event, Elon Musk revealed more details and showed through tiny electric nodes implanted through the skull and into the brain, showed neurons firing in real time, the Matrix inside the Matrix, at least the pig version of it. Musk opened Friday's event by emphasizing the wide variety of spinal and neurological conditions like seizures, paralysis, brain damage, and depression that Neuralink technology could treat. Quoted, "These can all be solved with an implantable neural link. The neurons are like wiring, and you kind of need an electronic thing to solve an electronic problem." Similar to Alexander's documentary, similar to the video I made recently and alluded to already, VR shows time and time again how valuable it can be to more than just gaming, whether the educational fields, health fields, training fields, and really just so much more. As much as I would love to live my sword art online lifestyle, the Neuralink will likely never be what it means to some VR enthusiasts, and I hope to see this work because it allows people to live a life they didn't imagine possible, which to me coincides with why I love VR, because it can do the same currently. Both are amazing tools for the human race, at least in theory, and I do think that the Neuralink VR capabilities need to be tempered quite a bit. But that's going to be the end of today's video. The big stories, the ones lesser talked about, and what's really just making me happy to be part of the VR scene. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. That way you never miss an upload. And as always, see you on the next one, Space Cowboys.
Bang.